Hi. It's a Tiny Gamer, and this is going to be a hard video for me to do. Um, I want to put a trigger warning that it's going to involve loss, pet passing, pets being sick, losing a loved one, losing your best friend. And yeah, so long story short, on New Year's Eve, my littlest kitty, Grim, got very sick. She got an infection. And we rushed her to the emergency vet. We got antibiotics for her, and they weren't helping. And then she started hiding and getting worse. She lost a pound, which for little kitties, that's very serious. And the vet put her on a second medication and then said if she doesn't get better, that we're going to have to think about doing the humane thing. And that's where we're at right now. Long story. Yes, this video is going to be very hard for me. But let me tell you about my kitty. She was born on Mother's Day in 2010. So I've had her a very long time. Back before I had her, we had Voodoo, and he was my roommate's cat and my cat. But at the time, I felt he was just my roommate's cat. I didn't feel he was my cat. And when a friend of my roommate at the time said, "Oh, we picked up the street kitty, the neighborhood street kitty, and she had kittens. Do you want one?" And I said, "Sure. Yeah, I'll go look." So I went over to look, and I knew from previous experience that Voodoo didn't do well with female cats. There was one female cat that was just horrible to her, or horrible to him. So I figured, let's get him a boy cat so that he could bond with, play with, he could teach, that sort of stuff. And plus, he got along great with another family member's cat named Mal. So I said, yeah, let's do that. So I went over to look at the kitties, and I was told that all the black cats were boys. Perfect. I have a soft spot for void cats. So I found one, and I said, this is the one I want. And they're like, okay. In 8 weeks, you can have him. I said, okay, great. Come to find out, they had a hard time keeping cat food in their house. Like they were borrowing cat food from me. And so they're like, do you want to take your kitten early? So I said, sure. So at 6 weeks, I was bringing this new kitten home. Now, a family member that I'm very close to was really into a cartoon called The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. And since my new kitten was a black cat, I thought, let's name it Grim. And I thought it was perfect. So, because Grim was so small, I was worried that my much bigger cat Voodoo would hurt the kitten. And so for a while, when I had to go to bed, the kitten would be placed in the cat carrier to keep the kitten safe. And then when I was awake, they had supervised interaction. And it was kind of funny that this little tiny kitten would try to rush up on Voodoo and try to attack him and all that. And Voodoo would just take his massive paw. Because Voodoo was a Maine Coon, so he was massive. And he would just take his massive paw and he would just hold her down. And Grim would be screaming and she'd be wiggling around and all that. And Voodoo would just look up at me and have this big old sigh, like, what are you making me deal with? Oh my God. But as time went on, they learned to coexist with one another. And there were more than one occasion I caught them sleeping on my bed together. And it was cute. And I was glad that they finally started to get along. Then, less than a year after having her, we discovered that she was a girl. If I had known that, I would have named her after another character in that show, Mandy. But she was Grim, and the name kind of stuck. And then when Voodoo was not even 5 years old, he passed away. And I was left with Grim by myself. And got me through a lot of hard times. And I've had her through, let's see, one, two different moves, several different roommates, and she's met quite a few of my friends. And then, of course, all my internet friends, get to see her, see videos of her, all that. Those who are subscribed to this channel have also seen her. Those who were on TikTok have also seen, little snippets of her. Like when I was trying to show my Lego BTS that I got, and she just had to be right there helping to show it off. When my current roommate moved in again, and he had his cat Panzer with him, I did not know how they would get along. And at one point, we had 3 cats in the house. And he was pretty okay. Then, when it was just her and Panzer, yeah, they fought. But they fought like siblings. And even though it would kind of stress me out a little bit, I'm glad that they, to some extent, got along. And right now, I know he's worried. And he's being very gentle with her and very patient. He's keeping an eye on her too, just like we are. I have to take my glasses off for this. So it was around It was New Year's Eve, like I said. Got sick. And we just thought, oh, it's a sinus infection, it'll go away. Actually, it was before New Year's Eve. But New Year's Eve was when she was really starting to show signs that worried us. The hiding, the not eating, all that. And she was real lethargic. So we took her to the emergency vet on New Year's Eve. And they were so kind and so sweet. She got one dose of antibiotic, she got a bottle of antibiotics for us to bring home. And she was not liking the dosing every 12 hours. But she started to get a little bit better. And then she got worse again. She was not improving. And so we took her back to the vet. And that's when the vet said that it could be a number of issues, especially since she's a senior cat. It could be a tooth infection. It could be anything. So we got a second bottle of antibiotics that was stronger. And it was decided that we'll finish this bottle. And if she doesn't have some, very much improvement, then we're going to say goodbye. As you can tell, this is very hard. She is so much more than a cat. She's helped me through a lot of hard times. She was there helping me through the stress of all the past bad roommates. With the very stressful move that we had to deal with back in 2023, 2 years ago. And all the ups and downs in between, like when I lost my grandparents to COVID. She's my oldest cat that I've ever had. So of course I'm going to be super attached to her. And so is my roommate. I'm going to miss how friendly she always was to, strangers that would come into the apartment, to do like maintenance or whatever. Especially if it was a guy. She always had to get attention and be right there seeing what they're doing. It was kind of cute. The way she would be so loving and affectionate with friends and with, some of my family members. They all loved her. The way she would just have this adorable look and then jump in my lap and curl up for snuggles or for, just love and affection. The way she would either curl up on me or next to me when I was laying down and just be right there, sleeping with me, making sure I wasn't by myself. the cute little way that she would find her little boxes and just be all curled up in them. And how dare you throw away one of her boxes? She'd be so mad. And she has one particular box that's by the front door, and she used to live to be in that one and just wait for me to come home from work. Or if my roommate and I stepped out somewhere, she'd be right there waiting for us to come home. I even have a cat tree that sits in my roommate's room. That was special for her because it had this little tiny cubby where she could just, curl up inside and just peek out whenever she wanted to, but hide inside when she didn't want to peek out. She was so curious and so loving and so sweet. It was the best luck I've ever had. As some people, try to claim that black cats are bad luck, she was my good luck. And I love her so much. And I will continue to love her even when she's gone. I already picked out a little urn for her. I haven't purchased it yet, but she's gonna have this cute little urn that I'm gonna have right here on my desk so I can look at her always. I wasn't able to do that with Voodoo, but at least I can do that with her. If I could, I'd make it so that she could live forever, but I know that's not possible. I know the cycle of life. Things are born, things live, and then they have to go. It's just how things work. It's just part of me is like, this is not fair. And then another part knows that it has to happen. I do appreciate everyone who has reached out, asking if there's anything they could do. And honestly, the fact that you've reached out means a lot to me. Unfortunately, there is nothing that I need. Because in reality, my honest answer is I want my cat better. And I want her to live forever. But since that's not possible, then no, at this time there's nothing I need. But thank you for thinking of me and having me in your heart, in your mind. If you have pets, hold them a little tight. Give them a little extra love for me. Until that time comes, I'm gonna give her as much love and attention as I can. I'll let her know she was the best girl I ever had. And whenever the time comes to fill the void that my void leaves, get another cat to help my healing journey. She's always gonna have her own special little place in my heart. Always, always. Thank you for listening until the end and being here for me, with me, as I share about my sweet little girl in these final days, weeks, however long. I am, when the time comes, I don't know if I'm going to be continuing to post or if I have to take a break and step away to mourn. If I do post, know that it's a form of coping, of still getting videos out to all of you. Because I know, even though my little world is crashing down around me, there are others who their world is crashing down in different ways, and they're gonna need some sort of entertainment, some sort of distraction. And I want to hopefully be the one to help provide that distraction through Let's Plays, through whatever. Don't forget, I have a VOD channel now, a Tiny Gamer VODs, and it will have. I'm slowly moving all my VODs from this channel to that channel and making more specific playlists so that y'all can watch and help be distracted. It's already got hours and hours of content on there for you to enjoy. I've also been posting a lot of my old videos that I've been neglecting to post on my Tumblr. I believe it's Ask a Tiny Gamer, and I've also been posting a lot on Blue Sky, a Tiny Gamer, and I'm gonna try to be more active on Twitch as well. But that's what I currently have going on. Right now, it's just a waiting game. Wait to see if she gets better. But if she doesn't, then we'll do what we have to. As hurtful as it may be. Yeah. I'm always bad at these type of videos. Of ending them, but I'm gonna go ahead and go and see if I could spend a little time with her before her next dosing. Because at the time I'm recording this, it's 1:23, and her dosings are at 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. So that's gonna be all for now. Thank you so much for watching, being here for me. Please don't forget to stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to y'all later.